Hi, welcome to Nomis Academy. This time we'll be dealing with total surface area of hemisphere. Yes, hemisphere. What does that mean? It means it is related to sphere somehow. Hemisphere is simply half of a sphere. Half of a sphere. So how do we calculate the total surface area of hemisphere? Now, let us recall that the total surface area remember that the total surface area of a sphere, total surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. 4 pi r squared. And if we are now saying that the hemisphere is half of a sphere, that means we are going to divide the formula by 2 to calculate it. Therefore, total surface area of hemisphere, let's put it this way, hemisphere is equal to 4 pi r squared divided by 2, and that will give us 2 pi r squared. But looking at hemisphere now have a different base area, which must be inclusive in our calculation of the total surface area. So having known that half of the sphere is 2 pi r squared, we need to add the surface of the what? Of the base. Now looking at the base, what is the surface? Yes, the surface is circle. Therefore, total surface area of hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r squared plus the area of a circle is pi r squared. So that is 3 pi r squared. So always remember the total surface area of hemisphere, that is half of a sphere, is 3 pi r squared. That is how the formula is derived. Now let us use this formula to answer few questions. So let's take them one after the other. What is the total surface area of a hemisphere whose radius is 7 centimeters? So first of all things, you should state the formula that the total surface area of hemisphere is equal to 3 pi r squared. So that is 3 over 1 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by 7 centimeter squared. So I can simply say this is 3 over 1 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by 7 centimeter multiplied by 7 centimeter. So over 1 over 1. So 7 cancel 7. So I will have 3 times 2, 22, that's 66. So centimeter, because multiplied by 1 will be 60 centimeter, multiplied by 7 centimeter. So 66 centimeter multiplied by 7 centimeter, 7 times 6 is 42, all right, 2 and keep 4. 7 times 6 is another 42 plus the other 4, that is 46. So centimeter multiplied by centimeter, I have centimeter squared. So the total surface area of this hemisphere is 462 centimeter squared. Let's see example number 2. Now example number 2, a hemisphere has a total surface area of 2,464 pi centimeter squared. What is its diameter? So this question is asking for the diameter now. So let's go into the solution. So recall that the total surface area of hemisphere, is equal to 3 pi r squared. So given that the pi is 22 over 7, the radius we don't know, we're looking for it, we need to get the radius. However, the question is asking for diameter. So let's get into the business of putting in the value of the parameters that we have. The total surface area of hemisphere is simply 2464 pi as given from the question, equal to 3 pi. Since we have pi at the left hand side, we should not express the value of pi, so multiply by r squared. So if I divide through by 3 pi, divide by 3 pi, so that pi can cancel pi, 3 can cancel 3, pi here cancel pi. So let's divide this by 3. So 3 here 1, 3 in 24 is 8, and then 3 in 6 is 2. So 3 in 4 is 1. 1, remainder 1. If you add points, how many 3 can I get in 10? That will be 3. So to remain 1, so I'll keep getting 3, 3, 3, 3. So to 2 decimal place, I have 821.33 equals to r squared. So square root both sides to find the value of r. To find the value of r. So that gives 28.659 to 3 decimal place equals to root cancel square root. So we have square root cancel 2, that is squared. So we have 28.659 equals to r. So since this is our radius, remember that diameter is equals to 2 radii. Therefore, diameter is equals to 28.659 multiplied by 2. So when I multiply this by 2, 18, remainder 1, 10 plus 1, 11, 12, write 2, keep 1, 19 and 16, 16 plus 1, 17, remainder 1, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, that's 5. So the diameter of the hemisphere is 57.218 centimeter. Remember, we have centimeter here. So remember, we have centimeter here. Our centimeter start from here, centimeter squared. So we have centimeter squared. And when we find the square root of centimeter, here we have centimeter. So our final answer is 57.218 centimeter. And that is the answer to that question. So let's take question number 3. A hemisphere shaped bow has a radius of 15 centimeter. If the bow is to be painted and the paint costs 10 naira per square centimeter, what is the total cost of painting the bow? Yes, you can imagine how a bow will look like. When I turn this shape upside down, it's just exactly like a bow that you use at home to wash your hand while you want to take a swallow. So that is the bow we are applying here now. Let's go into the solution that this bow now has the shape of an hemisphere. So if this bow that is hemisphere shaped has a radius of 15 centimeter and the bow now is to be painted and the paint costs 10 naira, that is the amount of paint you are going to use for a square centimeter of that bow is 10 naira. What will be the total cost of painting the entire bow? And that is why you would need to know the total surface area of the bow, which is hemisphere shaped. So this question now suggests that we are dealing with hemisphere. So let's go into the solution. So total surface area of hemisphere, we know it to be 3 pi r squared. So the radius has been given to us. That will be 3 over 1 multiplied by 3.14, that's the radius, over 1 multiplied by 15 centimeter over 1 multiplied by 15 centimeters. Since we have 16, we have radius squared. So I can take this to be 3 times this. So 3 times 4 is 12. Remember 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1, that is 4. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 9.42 multiplied by 15 centimeter multiplied by 15 centimeter, that is 25 centimeter squared. So when we multiply this together, what do we have? 225 centimeter multiplied by 9.48. 225 multiplied by 9.42. So that is 2,119.5 centimeters squared. So that is the total surface area of the hemisphere. Now I need to calculate the cost of painting the hemisphere shaped bow. So if a square centimeter rather, is if a square centimeter, now if a square centimeter would cost me 10 naira paint, then how much will it cost me to do this? So I'll just say, since I'm dealing with 2,119.5 centimeters squared, multiply it by 10 naira, then I will know how much it will cost me to paint the entire bow. So that will just be 21,195 naira. So it will cost me 21,195 naira, and that is the final answer to that question. I believe you understood what we did today. If you need to check again, pause the video, check vividly, and make sure you get the total surface area of hemisphere. Bye bye. See you in the next video.